Good evening and welcome back to another Test Tuesday video. It's not actually a Test Tuesday video because I'm not testing anything, but I figured there's a question that I keep getting asked in the comments, or a couple of people have mentioned about MDF, and I'm referring to MDF as having a grain, and a couple of people have said MDF doesn't have a grain and that it's what's that? Oh, I've forgotten the name. It's not homogeneous. Anyway, I'm saying MDF definitely does have a grain. Now I want to kind of demonstrate that in today's video, just because a future Test Tuesday that's going to come up will make a lot more sense. And with any luck, if I can actually crack on with these projects that I've got to get finished this week, and at the moment I'm building these packing cases. They're not packing cases, they're like carry cases for a whole load of delicate models. So I need to get that done and out the door, and at the moment I'm waiting for glue to dry, and then I figured if I can get all the fillering done today, then I might even get the sanding done today. Either way, maybe do the sanding tomorrow and then the prime. Does MDF have a grain to it? So I suppose the first thing is, what do we mean when we're talking about grain? And we know that wood has a grain to it. Let me find a bit of wood, because you can see the grain if you look down the end grain of a piece of wood, or you look on the edge grain, you can see the lines going that way, or you can see the kind of lines going that way, forming the grain of the wood. So it's pretty obvious that the wood has a grain. And it's because wood's got a grain that you can just do this and split it straight down the grain of the wood. And if wood didn't have a grain, well, it wouldn't look like wood anymore. It would just look like kind of a boring looking blob of, well, a bit like MDF. So if MDF didn't have a grain to it, you definitely wouldn't be able to do this kind of splitting it all the way down the piece. And let me show you what happens with MDF. This is the edge grain of the MDF, and this is the face grain of the MDF. And you might as well assume that the edge grain and the end grain are the same, you know, and it's going to have the same kind of physical properties. But it definitely doesn't have the same physical properties as the face grain. And let me just prove that to you. Let's try and split the face grain of this piece. Nothing is going to get this piece of MDF to split down the face grain. It just doesn't want to split in that direction. Let me show you. Oh, look, well, I haven't even breathed on it, and look. So anyone saying MDF doesn't have a grain, look, absolutely has a grain. I'm barely touching the screwdriver into it, and I can split it, no problem, down the edge grain of the piece. But what we can't do is split it down the face grain. And look, we'll do it on this old knackered piece. I'm all the way through and into my bench now, and it's still not splitting because it has a grain. I'll show you in a second on a bigger piece, and we'll see if we can split this all the way down the grain of the MDF. Now, it's not entirely clear why MDF does have a grain to it, and I have kind of tried to research this as much as I possibly can research such a boring subject. I can only put it down to 3 possible causes, because I can understand why people don't think it has a grain, because at the end of the day it's just this kind of mush of sawdust. And why isn't it just kind of I must look up that word. Why would it have a grain? Why would the particles want to align in a certain direction? And I've really struggled to find a proper technical explanation for why that is. But I've got 3 possible theories. So by my very limited understanding of how this works. You've got a bunch of trees that then get kind of put into a big kind of smoosher. And that'll probably go through various stages of getting smooshed up. So then that'll go through another smoosher. And then at some point they'll add some like resin to it. And then that all gets kind of mixed up with the MDF. And then I think it gets dried like with a powerful hairdryer. Again, it's this guy here holding on to that. And then it goes into making the mat of the MDF, the stuff that you actually end up using. So from the dryer, all these bits, because they've got wet at this stage, because it's all been like cleaned and put through all sorts of machines. And yeah, so you've got all these kind of wet particles of MDF that have been dried out by the man with his hairdryer. And then they go on to form this mat in this kind of big machine. It would be on like some sort of conveyor thing. And it just makes like one big continuous kind of mat of MDF. And this, I think, is the key bit to why MDF has a grain to it. Because after this, it gets compressed by like big rollers and various other things. And it gets compressed into the boards that we know and love. But I don't think it's wet when it's getting compressed. I think it's dry already because it's already been through a drying stage. It might be like damp, I don't know. But at this stage where it's coming down here and onto the mat former, it's already got the resins added to it, and then it just needs to get kind of squished together through various means. And I think here we've got one of three things happening. I think either when the sawdust particles come down here, just because of gravity, the sawdust particles fall over in the same way that if you had like a stick, it would just kind of want to fall down. So if you imagine the little particles of sawdust falling down here are no different, and they're going to be inclined to kind of fall over. So it's either gravity, or if they're still wet at this point, if you imagine a stick floating in some water, here's some minging water to show you, it doesn't want to float standing up. Imagine like logs floating down a river. They're going to want to float, similar to gravity really, I suppose, but just if it's in a kind of solution, all the little particles are going to want to float horizontally. They're not going to want to float sticking upwards. So they're naturally going to form that kind of grain, because if they are in a saturate anyway. So number two, it's because they float. I don't think that's what it is, because as I say, I think at this stage, I think they're dry anyway. And the other possibility is that they're blown out of this machine thing. You know, maybe the drying process is here, and maybe actually the man with his hairdryer is blowing everything in that direction, and as such, maybe it's air that's just causing all the little strands of, because obviously this is like a dust at this stage. It's just kind of a dusty mix of the fibres, and so maybe the grain is because it's blown dry. So if anyone knows which it is, I think it's probably number one, in that the pieces are already dry and they just naturally, the fibres just naturally kind of fall into a horizontal position before they're pressed. So I think it's probably number one, but if anyone knows the definitive answer, please post it in the comments, because I have tried to find out and I can't find it. But it could be something to do with if it is in a kind of a big, if this stuff is in kind of a soup of wood fibres and water and resins, then of course the fibres are going to be naturally inclined to kind of float horizontally rather than vertically. So you're going to get that natural grain to it. And as I say, the other possibility maybe. It's all blown, and you know, in the same way that if I just flatten all these fibres out here, eventually, when they're kind of blown into that natural position, they're all kind of going to get into a horizontal state, aren't they? Let's smash it up. Get this to break down the grain. What about this? So for those of you saying that MDF doesn't have a grain, I'm afraid it does. It absolutely does have a grain to it. If you want to get into the semantics and say, oh, well, I'm talking about grain as in fibres of wood, it's still fibres of wood. In fact, you can really see on this quite clearly how the strands are orientated in a horizontal position. The key thing is that you've got to take that into account when you're designing furniture made out of MDF. If you don't take the grain into account, you are going to run into big problems. And it's the whole reason why the face grain of the wood can take screws really, really well, but the edge grain, you will run into problems of the wood splitting down the edge grain of the wood. You won't run into problems of the MDF splitting going into the face grain of the wood. Anyone who says that you do get splitting going that way, you just have to show them that. And anyone who disagrees, I don't know what more I can do to prove that MDF has a grain to it. That's all that's the end of the subject as far as I'm concerned. But if anyone does know a bit more about the manufacturing process, nothing really explains the whole fibre orientation thing that I've seen. So if you do know the definitive answer to that, please pop it in the comments. Oh, sorry, Patreon patrons, let me just move over here so I can actually see your names. If you click kind of around where my head is, you will see a video of me making a sign out of MDF. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, and I shall see you next time.